Hello, I am Dawn Grace Jones, registered nurse and attorney. So I want to talk to you just briefly, just talk to you about being an attorney and the desire to be a healthcare provider, professional. And this topic is important. I have had people contact me who are attorneys and who've said, I'm considering going into healthcare. I want to know if healthcare is right for me. And I'm already an attorney and I just don't know if I should make the switch. So I don't have all the answers. I don't think anybody does. But what I was able to enlighten them with were things like considering your goals. What do you want? Are you an attorney working in a stable environment, but yet you're not being fulfilled? Are you an attorney who has always had a desire to be a healthcare professional? Are you an attorney who went to law school planning to bring it back to healthcare somehow? Those are the types of things you have to consider when talking about going into any other area that's clearly different. Yes, you can mix the two, but what are your goals? Do you want to stop practicing law and get into healthcare? Now that would be somebody who really needs to look at healthcare, look at the different professions. A lot of them want to be nurses. Look at nursing and see if it's right for you and go for it because you don't want to practice law. But if you want to practice law and you love law, you love the journey, but you don't like where you are right now in the law arena, then you may want to look at what are other options first in law, and if there's something you can bring healthcare into while practicing law. And if you can find that, yes, whatever healthcare discipline you need to do that, get that education, get those credentials in place, and do that. There are so many different things. There are attorneys that work in healthcare that are not healthcare professionals as it relates to being a nurse, a doctor, therapist, or anything like that, a pharmacist, but they are working and they may not be practicing law per se. Like there are big enough institutions, healthcare institutions, systems that have people that actually do things like review contracts all day long or help with some sort of transactional areas. And they may not be or have a healthcare background. Now, healthcare backgrounds do help. They do help if you're doing anything in healthcare because you understand so much about how the process works. You understand the different roles of each person because you've been trained and may have had some experience working already in the arena. So then you understand so much more. So I don't want you to not pursue a healthcare profession, journey, path. I don't want you to do that just because you're an attorney. If it's something you're considering, think of those things I've mentioned. Think about what your goals really are. And first, always look at what you're doing and see if you can find that fulfillment within another area of what you're doing. Because you may find that you don't need to go into healthcare to be fulfilled. But if that is what you want, because that's a clear, different decision, think about that and then start to work on it. But certainly don't let anyone stop you from your goals. Don't let anyone stop you from your dreams. And don't ever think that you're too old or too ingrained in an area to start another area or to mix, the two. Because you can do it. It can be done and done well. Who am I? I am Dawn Grace Jones. I'm a registered nurse and I'm an attorney. I was a registered nurse first, knowing I was going back to school. Did not know I would be going to law school. That was a last minute decision and worked out really well for me. I love what I do. I love both of my professions. I love how they work well together. And sometimes you can be unique and find things that are needed in healthcare. And if you have a legal background, you can really do that much more. Or if you're in law, law full time and you have a healthcare background, sometimes you could see where that helps that discipline. So figure it out and go forward. I wish you the very best. Again, I'm Dawn Grace Jones. I'm a registered nurse and attorney. Go to my website, dawngracejones.com. Check out some of the things that I do. Please join my newsletter. Please sign up. And let's stay in touch, okay? All the best to you. Bye-bye.